Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including, or could be about to see, the first major cable TV or satellite TV provider declare bankruptcy, and I don't think they're going to be the last. We'll break down what's happening there. Warner Brothers Discovery is finishing up and apparently has reached a deal for its lawsuit against the NBA that will likely see some of its popular content move to ESPN and ABC. And also, Disney is making Disney Plus its one-stop shop for all your streaming needs from Disney. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. We're going to break down everything here and a lot more. If you want to learn more about them yourself, I'll put a link to each story in the show notes and in the first pinned comment so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button or hitting that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so they recommend our videos to more people. With that said, let's dive into it. Dish Network is very close to having to declare bankruptcy, unless something happens at the last second here. Dish has a deal. Its parent company, now EchoStar, remember they merged and made EchoStar the parent company, has a deal to sell Dish and Sling to DirecTV. Now, that deal is contingent on its creditors agreeing to transfer its debt from Dish over to DirecTV. We've talked about this a lot. That doesn't look like it's going to happen, and we are only days away from a deadline for a deal to be reached. Now, a deal could still be reached, but it's starting to look less likely. And if it doesn't get reached, Dish will likely have to declare bankruptcy. They got several loans coming up, and they don't have the cash on hand, according to reports, to be able to pay all of them. We'll see how that plays out, but a minority of debt holders have declined to agree to this deal, putting the whole deal in danger. Now, I think that they're not the only one. I suspect in the next 4 to 5 years, we're going to see multiple cable TV companies declare bankruptcy, especially the mid-sized ones and the larger ones. We're already seeing many small ones just straight out shut down TV service, sell, or get out of business. Now, the large ones I think are good for a while. I think Comcast in particular is in a very good spot because they've heavily diversified their business away from just being a TV cable provider. Spectrum, I think, is a little bit more vulnerable than Comcast. Their business model is pretty much exclusively into television, but they have such a large internet customer base and a growing phone customer base that should work. Though T-Mobile is very skeptical of Comcast and Spectrum's wireless phone plans because they say they're discounting it too far, and at some point they're going to have to raise those prices like they had to raise TV, and it's going to basically push the customers right back into T-Mobile's subscriptions and Verizon and others. We'll keep a close eye on this, but I do believe Dish will just be the beginning if it does happen. If it's not Dish, somebody else in the next few years will be forced to declare bankruptcy as they struggle to pay their bills with the decline of television and the growth of internet competition. No longer can they just rely on the idea that everybody's going to go subscribe to internet through them. With more internet options than ever, that's becoming a harder sell. We'll keep a close eye on it, but who do you think is going to declare bankruptcy first? If not Dish, who? Leave me a comment, let me know. All right, Warner Brothers Discovery and the NBA have reportedly settled their lawsuit, according to a report from Wall Street Journal. Now, two quick things here. I record these the night before I post them, so I'm recording this on Sunday night. The Wall Street Journal published the story late Saturday, and they say early next week. So it would not surprise me if by the time you're watching this, maybe on Monday or Tuesday, this has already been announced. Head over to cordcuttersnews.com for an announcement. I doubt it will be changed by the time I make this post because I post these at about 7 a.m. Eastern. But according to the report, a few things here. Warner Bros. Discovery will reach a deal with the NBA, and a few things with this. First of all, inside the NBA will move from TNT to NBA or to ESPN and ABC. Now, with this deal, ESPN will give TNT some Big 12 football and basketball games to be aired and produced on those networks to replace the content. Also, they will continue to get some international distribution deals through the NBA, and that will kind of put everything at a close with this. Now, this deal is apparently a 11-year deal. In about 10 years or so, probably around 2033, negotiations will restart for NBA rights, and NBC will get another shot at this. Or excuse me, not NBC. I apologize. I'm old school 90s kid who NBC's basketball fan. TNT, Warner Brothers Discovery, will get another shot at this. I apologize, a little dyslexic moment. But for now, they're diversifying with other sports deals. They recently had a deal with the Mountain West Conference to air some of their games on True TV, TBS, and TNT, and now Big 12. Sports are increasingly becoming one of the few things that people still watch on cable networks live, which makes them very valuable to advertisers, making them very much in demand. The loss of NBA is a major blow to TNT, while college football and basketball will help. Not quite the same replacement there, as TNT had some big name ones there. They will also start airing some college football playoff games as part of a deal earlier struck with ESPN. ESPN gets a very popular NBA content inside an NBA show, and they get to probably license back some of this content. Exact financials haven't been announced. It's not sure if they will be to this deal. Let's keep moving along. Speaking of ESPN, Disney Plus will reportedly in early December add an ESPN tile. Now, apparently you will be able to get some ESPN Plus content through here if you subscribe, but you will also get your ESPN, some ESPN content for free as part, well, let me rephrase it. Included with your Disney Plus subscription. You need to be a Disney Plus subscriber, but you'll get it as part of the base. And then you'll get more if you subscribe to ESPN Plus now, or when they launch it next year, the ESPN standalone streaming service. We'll keep a very close eye on this, but this comes as ESPN, Hulu content's been slowly moving into Disney Plus as Disney makes that its one main focus streaming app. They want everything to kind of go in there. You've seen them shut down many network apps, including ABC and others recently. Hulu, mostly on-demand content's now on Disney Plus. Live TV still here. We'll see what happens with that someday. But increasingly, Disney Plus is turning into the one-stop shop, the one app where everything for Disney is going. I think that's a trend we'll see continue. Even though there are multiple subscriptions, Disney wants to make it easy to access everything in one spot, hoping you'll continue to subscribe to as many services as possible. We'll keep a close eye on that, but let me know. Does that help you at all? I'll be honest, I've said it before, I love Amazon channels. I love the ease of adding and dropping subscriptions. Paramount Plus is a great example. When there was Star Trek stuff, I quickly added it. When the Star Trek shows ended, I dropped it. It made it easy to add and drop at a whim. Let me know if you're the same way. All right, Amazon will now stream local PBS stations, PBS Kids, and several other free channels. With this deal, PBS has announced 150 local PBS stations will be integrated into the Amazon Prime Video app with subscribers and through the app in general. I don't think you need to be a subscriber. PBS Kids will also stream there, including some other PBS content new streaming channels that'll be there. Now, these have been available through the PBS app and the Local Now app for some time, but it does continue to help make PBS more widely available. For a long time, PBS was very non-cord cutting friendly. Not that they were anti, they just weren't widely available to cord cutters if you didn't happen to live where an antenna would pick it up. Now, increasingly, they are becoming more available. Hopefully, this trend continues and they make their channel available on more services. But great news, you can get through the PBS app, Local Now, and the Amazon Prime Video channel. So check that all out. It's a nice addition to Amazon Prime channels, or Prime Video through the free channels selection there. All right, Netflix had a big fight with Logan Paul and Mike Tyson over the weekend that for many people did not go well. No way to sugarcoat this. A lot of buffering, errors, low video quality were the main complaints I received from our readers. And definitely all you in the cord cutting tech support group, I saw those over 30 some posts it felt like, or comments and everything, all of you complaining. Now, interestingly, because Netflix has different servers, some people in other parts of the world had very little problems. Canada seemed to do just fine, same with Mexico. But the servers that US customers in particular were directed to became overwhelmed and crashed, raising real concerns about Netflix's ability to handle high demand for live video, especially with us just being weeks away from Netflix airing 2 Christmas Day NFL games. Live video is much more complicated than on demand. A few things for one. On demand, people are starting it at different points. You don't have millions of people trying to hit it all at once like you do with a major sporting event. 2, you can distribute that a little bit easier. With you probably heard for a long time Netflix used to do deals with internet providers to host their servers inside the networks to offer better streaming quality. Well, that's preloaded on-demand content. Live can't work that way. There's so many other things that go into it that make live more difficult than on-demand. Not to say on-demand's easy, but live is a little bit more difficult. It'll be interesting to see what improvements they make. Netflix wants to be seen as a major sports player to attract and keep subscribers. They see that NFL is a great way to get people to try Netflix. Subscribe for the NFL, stay for all the other stuff, and maybe not cancel after the games are done on Christmas. If it goes badly, it will definitely make their partners second guess it, as Amazon Prime Video and others have been doing pretty well with their streaming of NFL games. This could be make it or break it for Netflix's future as a sports streaming service. They've now had several major live streaming events in the last few years go bad. I think this NFL football day, make it or break it if they're unable to produce. We'll keep a close eye on it. And last story up of the day, Black Friday deals are already starting. Roku has many of its streaming players on sale, including the new Roku Ultra 2024 at its, once again, I should say, at its lowest price of $79. This is, I believe it's $79.99 or $79. Somebody let me know, leave me a comment. I was trying to remember. This is Roku's lowest price it's ever been at for the 2024 Roku Ultra. Really good deal. You may see the older Roku Ultra on sale. I would spend the extra 10 or 20 bucks depending on what point it is at to get the 2024. The remote is really nice upgrade. I would say that's the biggest change. I would highly recommend it. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a great day. If you want to see the Roku deal, check out the show notes. I'll put a link to it in the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people. We would really appreciate it. Until tomorrow, take care, be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.